Josh Giddey had a really good rookie season this past year. He won Rookie of the Month in the Western Conference 4 out of 5 times, led the rookie class in assists per game, was second in rebounds per game, 8th in points per game, and made all-rookie second team, probably would have made first team if not for an injury. He threw countless dimes, became the youngest player in NBA history to put up a triple-double 4 times, and showcased a ton of potential. Despite a lot of doubters on draft night, Giddey quickly established himself as one of the best rookies in an absolutely stacked 2021 draft class, a topic for potentially another video. Yet, over the course of this offseason, a lot of people have been trying to detract from his game and what he accomplished over the course of his rookie season, as well as his future potential. So, I decided to make this video where I break down Giddey's game, what I expect from him this upcoming season, and just how special he can be. To start off, let's go over Giddey's season statistically, and then I'll break down some specifically interesting highlights. In his rookie season, Josh Giddey averaged 12.5 points per game, 6.4 assists, and 7.8 rebounds. He put up 4 triple-doubles, including a game in Madison Square Garden, where he put up 28, 11, and 12 in a win over the Knicks, and a game where he put up 17 points, 13 rebounds, and a career-high 14 assists, along with 4 steals versus Dallas. His season high in rebounds came in a win over the Clippers, where he put up 8 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists before SGA called game on a step-back 3. Needless to say, he's had some very highly unique stat lines, and that's indicative of his very unique game. 2 aspects of which stood out a ton during his rookie season: his playmaking and his rebounding. B-Ball Index is a website that grades every single player in numerous categories. It's a great and highly in-depth tool that we can use to evaluate just how great Josh Giddey was in these aspects of his game. Starting with playmaking, let's take a look at B-Ball Index's grading of Josh Giddey. The percentages indicate what percentile of the league Josh Giddey was in each of these metrics. As you can see, he was one of the best passers in the league. The main stat to look at here is passing efficiency. Passing efficiency is a stat that, according to B-Ball Index, analyzes how well a player takes care of the ball as a passer and does so by comparing rates of bad pass turnovers with expected rates given the player's ball dominance, how often they're generating shots for teammates, the passing creation volume stat, the quality of those shots, the passing creation quality stat, and the versatility in pass types executed, the passing versatility stat. Giddey ranks highly in all of these categories and eventually lands within the top 2% of all players in the NBA in overall passing efficiency, an exceptional feat for a first-year player. Not only was Giddey creating a lot of shots for teammates, but he was creating incredibly high-quality looks, even if they weren't always converted. Playmaking talent encapsulates every stat above, and Giddey ranks amongst the top 2.2% of all players in that category. For comparison, this is a higher grade than LaMelo Ball received in his rookie season and tied with Luka Doncic's grade in his rookie season. Pretty impressive. Giddey is also doing this with a much lower grade in the scoring gravity column, which is Giddey's biggest hole in his game right now. Giddey really struggled to score efficiently last season, and improving in that area is critical to him becoming the best player he can be. He did, however, grade highly in rim shot making and finishing talent, as he showed a lot of creativity attacking the basket. Additionally, he graded highly in floater talent, mid-range pull-up talent, middle game talent, and one-on-one talent. He's shown the ability to create shots like this, he just has to capitalize more on those opportunities, and if he becomes a more dangerous scorer, it will only open up more opportunities for him to dissect defenses, something he's incredibly gifted at. I talked about stats for a while, so let's take a look at some clips of Giddey dissecting the defense. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take a look at some clips, starting off with one of my favorite dimes from this season from Giddey. This one was against the Dallas Mavericks, Thunder down 2, 8.5 seconds left. He spots something, hits Kenrich Williams on the backdoor cut to Luka to tie up the game. This was a great pass, obviously. We'll go ahead and watch it one more time. Just kind of sails it right over the defense. Really quick pass, right on the money, gets it up to him real quick. Pretty impressive, but let's look at another angle of it. This is one, it's not gonna be high quality. It's from a fan who took it using their phone in the crowd, so not the greatest quality, but it can just kind of just show you how difficult this pass was. Really hard to kind of see that angle from all the way over there, but something that's very interesting that I want you to see here is it kind of shows a little bit of how smart Giddey is and how much he knows the game. You'll notice here, Mark Daignault said this later, that this was improvised by Josh Giddey. If you watch his eyes here, you'll see them kind of light up in a second here. You see right there, he kind of like lifts his eyebrow a little bit. You might think I'm, just seeing things, but right there, he kind of lifts it. He like looks to Kenrich Williams and they made eye contact and he kind of like signaled to him like, do you see what I see? You're going to be open, kind of. That just shows one of the things that Giddey's great at, dissecting the defense, seeing what he's able to do with the space around him. You know, he hits Kenrich Williams here on the cut, puts it up and in to go ahead and tie up the game. Just really impressive from Josh Giddey. Just kind of a quick taste of what he can do. Then we go ahead, this one against the Dallas Mavericks, you'll see here, he kind of fakes up, hits Isaiah Roby behind on the cut. We'll go back to that one more time. It just kind of is another case of how he manipulates defenses. You'll see here that Dorian Finney-Smith gets caught on Roby. And so now Dwight Powell's kind of caught in that middle spot where he has to step up to stop Giddey from driving straight to the basket or taking a little floater that he likes to do. And so Isaiah Roby cuts behind, and Josh Giddey here you see will kind of hesitate for a second and kind of act like he's going to whip a pass here or maybe over to the corner. And that kind of gets Dorian Finney-Smith to bite a little bit to cut it off to Isaiah Roby. And now that they're both committed up the middle there, you'll see Giddey kind of fake to the top and then go over to the left, wrapping around Dwight Powell to get it to Isaiah Roby down low. Just really impressive use of fakes and footwork to get the dime off. And now we'll see Josh Giddey here, you know, kind of some two-man action with Derek Favors, hits him on the roll once again past Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, two pretty solid defenders. You'll see here that he kind of spins towards the double team to kind of get them both on his hip, and then just right between the middle of the two guys, he finds the space. And that's one of the most impressive things about Giddey is the way that he finds space amongst the trees. You know, he's got Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, like I said, two really solid defenders, but he finds the hole to go ahead and hit Derek Favors on the cut. Goes ahead right there, puts it up and in, knocks down the easy layup, two-handed dunk. Now here's just another great pass from Josh Giddey, hitting Dort between two guys. It's just really impressive. Wanted to throw that one in here at the end, another one of my favorites. So you'll see here, he kind of takes this step, sees Dort cutting back door. He's really smart at knowing exactly where to put the pass. He's not hitting the guy where they are now. He's putting the ball where they're going to be. So you'll see here, he hits Dort exactly where he has to be to go up, finish the reverse layup in the and one. Great finish from Dort there too. Just a couple passes from Josh Giddey that I wanted to showcase. There are a million others I could show you from this season, but this is just a small taste of what he was able to do in his rookie season and part of what makes his playmaking so special. As I mentioned before, we should talk for a bit about his rebounding too. As a playmaker, Giddey isn't a player you'd expect to be rebounding a lot. However, as I mentioned, he was the second leading rebounder in the 2021 rookie class. This was partially due to his 6'9" frame, but also due to his great rebounding instincts. If we go back to B-Ball Index, we can see that Giddey graded well as a defensive rebound crasher, as well as an overall defensive rebounding talent. Keep in mind, this isn't just amongst all guards, this is amongst all players. What was really impressive was his offensive rebounding, where Giddey once again grades highly. He did an incredible job of tracking the ball off the rim and positioning himself to create second chances for him and his teammates. Let's look at a couple of rebounding clips next. I've put together a couple of my favorite Giddey rebound moments to go ahead and just show you just a little taste of what he's able to do. Here, he's going to go ahead and dribble up in transition. He's going to go around DeJounte Murray and throw a pass here to Poku, who's going to miss the three. Giddey immediately runs in and grabs the board to get the Thunder another possession. He'll wait here. Poku runs back, gets the lob, finishes the play. But you'll notice the anticipation of Giddey on the board. He doesn't attack immediately off the shot. He sees like right here, that's not going to go in. So he quickly runs over and finds that it's going to end up to the right of Jakob Poeltl. So he kind of dives over there. It manages to poke it away from him because Poeltl was out of position and then finishes the play here. Part of the reason why Giddey's rebounding is so huge is that he's able to make plays off of those boards, as we'll see with the second one in a second. But the fact that he's able to track this rebound, know where it's going to go to secure the second possession, and then not only that, but make another play off of that is really impressive, and it shows why it's so valuable. Now this next clip is really blurry. This is the best quality I could find it in, but here you'll see Josh Giddey whips a pass to the corner for Teo Maledon, who misses. Giddey goes up, grabs the board over Plumlee, and then finishes the putback layup. Just once again, another example of how Giddey's able to, find lanes to attack the basket. Here he sees that Teo's going to miss, and he jumps up prior to Mason Plumlee, rips it right out of his hands. Being 6'9", he's tall enough to go ahead and do that. He grabs it and puts it up and in for the and one over the outstretched arm of Mason Plumlee on the reverse. Just really impressive from a guy that a lot of people think is a playmaker, not much as a rebounder or a guy who's going to go inside, continuing to make plays off of those second chance opportunities. As we'll watch here one more time, finishes the and one. Now that we've talked about Giddey's game from last year and the flashes that he's shown, let's talk about expectations for this upcoming season. Giddey and Shea will share ball handling and playmaking duties for the majority, as they did last season for OKC, and one of the big goals is to look as they continue to create chemistry with each other. Part of this will be both of them embracing their off-ball moments. As we talked about, Giddey has shown some talent for attacking the basket, something that he also said has worked a lot on this offseason. He said that he's worked on bulking up, finding those lanes to attack, and ultimately getting through contact and finishing at the rim, looking for more foul shot opportunities as well, something that allows scorers to get in rhythm and is a big piece to a lot of guys building their offensive repertoire. If he continues to get better as a slasher and cutter, it goes a long way towards cohesiveness between him and Shai. The main improvement that needs to be seen, though, is perimeter scoring. Giddey shot under 30% from 3 this season, a number that I'm hopeful will improve as overall team spacing improves. If Giddey can become just a low to mid 30% shooter from the perimeter, he and Shai quickly become one of the most dangerous backcourts in the entire league. In terms of his playmaking and rebounding, I expect him to continue to excel in both of those areas as he continues to grow as a player, but also as new talent comes into town. For example, Jalen Williams, who OKC selected 12th in this past draft, has shown high-level off-ball capabilities and will be a great dive option for Josh to dish to. He's got a 7'2" wingspan, he can catch lobs, he's highly athletic, and he also shot 40% on catch-and-shoot threes at Santa Clara this past season, so he can do a bit of everything, a perfect player to put next to guys like Shai and Giddey. Chet Holmgren would have given Giddey a great lob threat too, prior to his season-ending injury, but when he returns next year, he'll give Giddey not just a great lob threat, but a great pick and roll or pick and pop option, however they want to go. Additionally, continued improvement of guys like Tre Mann, Lou Dort, and Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, just a few guys who have shown a ton of three-point shooting potential, will help give Giddey more options on the perimeter, while also spacing the floor for him to dive to the basket for offensive boards, continue to attack, off the dribble himself. All in all, I'm expecting Giddey to have a really good sophomore season. I think he will continue to build on the flashes he's shown while developing chemistry with the rest of the Thunder's young core. I think he'll be more efficient as a scorer, an improved playmaker, and a solid rebounder. He'll rack up some triple-doubles, have some incredibly unique stat lines, and make some jaw-dropping passes along the way. In terms of numbers, I think he'll average somewhere around 14 points per game, 7 to 7.5 rebounds, and 7 assists, just guesses, while raising his shooting splits. It'll be a great stride in the second year of his long, and hopefully illustrious, career. I appreciate y'all watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It helps me out a ton. Comment down below and let me know your expectations for Giddey's game this season and what you think his ceiling could be. I'll respond to as many of y'all as I can. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all later. Real one, say it back.